Hi everyone, it's day 7, and today I want to talk to you about some of my negative core beliefs. When I was younger, I somehow learned, obviously through my parents, or I started to believe that I could make people happy if I did the right things. So, I grew up in a household where I saw my parents unhappy for various reasons, struggling with different aspects of life, and I started to believe that I could make them happy and I could do certain things that would put a smile on their face. Things like getting good grades in school, being a good athlete, helping out around the house, doing chores, um, anything to get their praise. And that kind of morphed or into a flip side, a flip belief, which was that other people have to do things to make me happy. So that little monster of a core belief grew into me having very high expectations of others. Because if I gave a lot to others in order so they could be happy, others had to give to me in order for me to be happy. Obviously, this set me up for a lot of disappointment in life. And I'm really happy that now I've been able to understand this pattern and how it's impacted my life, and frankly how it hasn't worked for me. you know um, I've ended a lot of friendships and ruined relationships by not acting authentic, doing things out of obligation or doing things to please another person. Also getting upset with people because they weren't doing things to make me happy. They weren't meeting my expectations or my standards. When I felt down or I felt lousy, I would expect people to cheer me up, pull me out of my funk. I basically made it other people's job to make me happy. Now, the positive of all this is that I really learned to give love, and I know I have so much love to give. But the negative of it is I learned to love in such a conditional way. I developed a habit of wanting reciprocity, not loving for the sake of loving or loving people because I chose to. I love people because I felt I had to. This is particularly true when it comes to my family, my siblings, my parents. I felt a sense of duty and obligation to them. And no matter how much they may hurt me or abandon or reject me at times, I would always come back licking my wounds because I felt, well, a family is supposed to work things out and a family is supposed to act a certain way and be a certain way. And I put a lot of pressure on myself, and it set myself up for a lot of disappointment time and time again, because when people didn't act the way I wanted, and because I was dependent on them behaving a certain way in order for me to be happy, I was spent a lot of time being sad and feeling let down and feeling unappreciated. So today was a big wake up. Today was a huge wake up call. I realize now that I need to stop expecting love in return, that I've got to learn to love people because I want to and because I choose to, not because it's my duty or my obligation. That just because I'm related to someone, it doesn't mean that I have to love them and I have to give to them and I have to give of myself. I can protect myself. And that's the key is, People always say, love yourself, take care of yourself. But no one really says, like, how do you do that? Buying yourself nice things and eating properly. And yes, these are all ways of taking care of yourself, but they really don't get at the emotional aspect of taking care of yourself. And today I learned that that really means, you know, accepting people for the way that they are, realizing that in all situations I'm not necessarily going to have love returned the way that I want it, and that I've got to learn to protect myself. You know, um, I have to set healthy boundaries and give to people who are going to appreciate it and who want my love. Not forcing my love on other people and expecting their love in return, or not constantly putting energy into relationships where there is no reciprocity, where the recipient doesn't appreciate, the love. And just understanding that I'm responsible to take care of me, I'm responsible to put myself first, and that those actions are loving myself. So it's not about doing something to myself to feel loved. It's about preventing or protecting myself from being hurt over and over. So, in a sense, not putting myself in the line of fire constantly, unless I choose or I want to, and I can do it without expectation, and not expecting other people to behave the way I expect, or for them to change, hoping that by doing something another person will change. And energy into people who don't return it. And some people, it's because they're not capable. So it's not about blame, it's not about negativity, it's just about doing what's best for me. um, you know, Stopping from creating or uneven relationships. Realizing that with certain people I was just never going to get back what I put in. And so it's unrealistic of me to continue to expect that and hope for that, because it's damaging to my sense of self and my self-esteem. So today I'm committing to stopping from putting demands on others to make me happy. And I feel really good about that. And I know that I'm going to face a bit of guilt because it's so ingrained in me, this need to want to please, and that I have to do things and I have to be a certain way with people. And that has really prevented me from really living fully and authentically and having a happy life. I also know that over time, it's going to take a period of adjustment, and it's going to take some forgiveness. I'm going to have to forgive those who um, helped me create this reality. You know, um, those who weren't able to love me the way that I wanted to be loved, um, and forgiving myself for, just not knowing better, and having the sense of entitlement and the attitude that others owe me, or that they have to fill this void, that I really created. So, wish me luck. I hope that you'll learn from this as well. Um, it's really important to be real with yourself and be authentic, and just recognize when things aren't working in your life, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I realize that continuing to keep certain relationships going and letting certain people off the hook and overdoing and trying and struggling and feeling the guilt of not doing enough, and all of these things, feeling obligated to treat certain people well no matter what they did to hurt me. all of these things were not working and they're not helping me to live an authentic and happy life. So I really hope that you learn from this and you're able to apply some of this to your own life as well. And really just join me on my journey of trying to learn to meet my own needs, and not putting that on other people. So I hope you have a really nice evening, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care.